Brooksaw Antiques here. Today we have this 1959 Smith Corona Sterling vintage portable typewriter. I'm going to show you how to use the functions and make sure they all work. Up top is the adjustable paper guide. This helps you guide the page in straight. I'm going to line that up with the edge of the platen, which is the main roller that feeds the paper. Margins are up top here. I'm going to set this left margin on 0 and the right one around 75. That's about the length of a page. And this is the paper support arm that flips up from the back. And this is the paper bale that sits on top. It's got 2 adjustable rollers. Once you hear the bell, you're at the end of the margin. Hit this line space, get you back to the beginning, and skips 1, 2, or 3 spaces. Right now we have it on single, but if you want double, you just flip that switch back. It skips 2, 1 more, it skips 3. That works good. We're going to keep this on single and finish typing. As you can see, all the keys type nice and none of them skip or stick. I'll type a sentence in red on the next line and switch from black to red. There's a switch on the right side here. Flip that all the way down and prints the bottom portion of the ribbon. When you have it in the middle, it doesn't print any ink at all. It just leaves a stencil for copying purposes. If you have it up top, it prints the top portion of the ribbon, which is black. We're going to move that down to red. Beautiful typing machine. Really like this. It's the basic Sterling model, very popular and famous, and it feels almost better than some of the upgrades of this same model, like the Silent Super. It just feels like, just flows so good for some reason. It's just a basic model. To pull the page out easy, there's a switch on the right side here. You flip it forward and it unlocks the rollers underneath the platen, allowing you to pull the page out easy or load thicker paper like carbon copy or cardstock. Make sure you flip that back before you load the next page, or else it won't load correctly. I had the same feeling too when I was using the Smith Corona Galaxy. I like that better than I like the Galaxy 2 or the Galaxy Deluxe, the Galaxy 12 or whatever, classic. The original Galaxy was really nice. I really liked it, just the feel of it. This was pretty dirty when I found it, and I cleaned it up, and it just types so well, even though it was, you know, it's old. It was old as hell, just like all typewriters are. But even though it's a little bit, the paint's a little bit rusty and faded, it's still a really, really nice typewriter. We're gonna put this down for now. There's a shift on each side and a shift lock on the left. To clear that, hit the shift button again. Backspace on the left side works good. Tab on the right has a manual tab set. I believe I have 2 tabs on it. One of the design flaws I would say on this is the tabs, they're manually, so you have to take them out and manually set them, and these things get lost. So there's only 2 left on this one, but that's how you set them. And there's a scale back there to tell you exactly what space they're on. We're going to move the color back up to black, so we print black on default. Open the hood. All the brand new ribbons loaded on the left, so it's pulling to the right. If you want to switch that direction, there's a switch right above the backspace. Flip that up, excuse me, and it'll pull to the left counterclockwise. Push it down, it pulls clockwise to the right. That's the direction we want it to go. Touch control right on the inside here. The more left you go, it says it goes from L, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and H. H stands for high. And that just creates tension when you hit the keys, so they respond faster, but you do have to hit them harder from the print. The lower you go, you don't have to hit the keys as hard for them to print. This has a pretty fast reaction, so I keep it on low. Carriage release has a nice metal carriage releases on this era. You get to the newer models, it has the hard plastic one that breaks off all the time, and they don't make them anymore. So I actually 3D print those. I design and 3D print them. If you need one of the hard plastic ones, check out my shop. This is the carriage lock, locks the carriage in the middle, so it protects the escapement and the knobs. The escapement is the mechanism that allows the carriage to move 1 space forward when you hit a key. And this is the left carriage release. Very nice, very well-round, nice typewriter. Not really cosmetically, but I would use this for daily typing if it was me. It's really reliable. This little knob here, if you pull it out, it disables the spacing, so you can get to an exact spot on the page. You push it in, you get the clicks. Each one of those clicks is 1 space. Same concept on the inside here. If you flip this little switch down, it disables the spacing. flip it up, you get the clicks. And this is what's making that squeaky noise. I'm gonna fix that right now. Let's fix that. Put a little bit of oil on there. There you go. No more squeaks. So the last thing is the page gauge, which is that little set and end on the inside here. So set on the right side and end on the left. So you want to set it right about here, right below the 11. And then when you load the page, it'll start telling you when you get close to the end on the left end. So that's 2 inches, and then 1.5, 1, and then that's the end. And that's what that does. And that's it. Now available on eBay or Etsy. Search Brooksaw Antiques.